think it's really important that no matter where you go to work for the Lego group across the world, that you have an experience that your workplace is fun and playful, obviously, that it's inclusive, that it's sustainable, and that it supports your unique ways of working. And that won't look exactly the same in every location, but whenever we do a workplace project, we always make sure that at the end of the day, that's what our colleagues will experience when they come to our workplaces. It's all about making sure that you really experience the fun and playful Lego brand the moment you walk through our doors. So whether it's the design of our spaces, you want to see a Lego minifigure the moment you walk through the doors, or the Lego logo. But we also want to offer a lot of really fun and playful activities in the workplace. It's opportunities to connect with your colleagues, do some fun energizers throughout the workday, and meet up in kind of informal and social ways. An inclusive workplace means that the workplace is accessible and inclusive to whatever our colleagues' needs are. We want to make sure that we can bring our full selves to work, and we want to make sure that no matter what the need is, whether you are a new parent, if you have mobility needs, if you need a room to kind of have some focus or quiet time, you have a special diet and you want to make sure that you can eat the food in the canteen or in our barista, that's available to you. Sustainable means many different things, but especially we focus on environmental sustainability. So we want to make sure that we minimize our impact on the planet, that we make sure that our physical workspaces are delivered to a high design standard, but also that we operate our spaces in a way that's environmentally sustainable.
Our hybrid approach to working at the Lego Group is a global approach, providing a fairness and equal opportunity for everyone across the globe to tap into the flexibility to work from home 2 days a week, but be in the office 3 days a week, to connect with their team as well and experience the unique culture and the Lego brand and values, and help build communities at the office. We've been in a really great place, whereas we kind of set out this direction from the beginning over 4 years ago, and how it's evolved is how it's been adapted. Every team and individual works differently, so it's really figuring out how to balance out the individual needs and what works best for you, as well as the team needs and the Lego group needs. So it's really testing and learning different rhythms and routines, and really having open, good communication with your team to figure out what needs to be changed and adapted along the way. How the different spaces can actually best support the different activities when you come into the office, because a key to the hybrid work setup is actually planning out your weeks in advance and your work from home days versus your in office days, so that when you come to the office, you can really utilize and get the most out of those amazing office workspaces.
Absolutely. And I think we really encourage our colleagues to be very intentional, to your point around how they use our workplaces in a hybrid working setup. And so, of course, we want to create spaces where they can come together. The whole, I think, magic around the in-office experience is that ability to meet and connect and collaborate in ways that maybe are a little bit more difficult online. So we want to provide spaces where you can have that kind of the coffee chat, or the walk and talk, or the side by side, or that creative workshop session with post-its, etc. All of those things where you're really kind of generating new ideas and connecting in a more informal way. We really want to encourage our colleagues to lean into that when they're in the office. But we also know that they'll do a lot of other things while they're there, right? They might still need to do focus time, or they might need to get on a call with someone somewhere. So we also provide spaces that allow for that as well. The Lego Flex Office is a kind of flexible approach to our workplaces. So acknowledging that people have different needs. I think to Meredith's point, there is a lot of things that the office provides that's really unique and that you can lean into in a best of both and hybrid working setup. But again, there's many different activities that you do when you're in the office. And so we want to provide our colleagues with a variety of workspaces that they can make use of, whether that's, your kind of collaboration area or your desk or your quiet zone or your creative area or your social space. And I could go on and on and on. All of those different spaces that supports their different ways of working. And one of the things that I'm really proud of and excited by with working in the Lego group is that, we like to say that we have more than 30,000 colleagues, and therefore we also have more than 30,000 different ways of working. And so we can't just provide one office environment that supports everyone. We need to provide many different types of spaces. And so that's what the whole Lego Flex Office concept is about. We like to say that people love to join the Lego group for the brand and they stay for the culture, right? So we want to make sure that the brand experience that you get when you kind of join the Lego group, you also have the moment you step through our doors. So again, whether it's the minifigure 3D models everywhere, the Lego bricks in your hands when you're in a meeting room, the kind of the graphics on the walls, we want that kind of unique Lego experience to be something that they have all of the time. But then, as I mentioned, they stay for the culture, right? So we have a really awesome Lego culture that I'm not gonna define in a one sentence. You kind of know it when you're there, and I think creating a space that enables that to happen it's like something that I'm really excited about. How do we become that really kind of awesome container for our unique Lego culture?
Yeah, and I think I can just echo what you say, Tim. And I think if I could put a word to what it feels like to be part of that Lego culture at the office space, it's feeling inspired. It's feeling connected to a bigger goal altogether. And the space really supports you to be together with your team in the neighborhoods or in the areas, those that maybe you collaborate most closely with. However, as soon as you kind of go outside of that space, you're connecting with people across different departments, different, whether it's for networking or it's for small projects or things. So it just makes you really inspired and feel part of the bigger journey together at the Lego group. And that's definitely what I love about going to the office. I would actually want everyone to know that why we have the hybrid work setup is to really provide you that inclusivity, the flexibility, really take into consideration that balance of, saying we want to support your individual life and family situations, and we also want you to experience the Lego culture at our offices. So it is really providing this flexibility in addition to the other types of flexibility we offer colleagues in our benefits packages. So it is really just one other way that we want to support our colleagues.
If there was maybe one takeaway, I would love people to know that there's a team that works tirelessly to make sure that their trip to the office is really worth the commute and that it feels really meaningful. We want colleagues to feel like when they've come back from a day in the office, they were like, wow, this was really worth it.